Keypad turned on for some reason. We're back. Resume. Alright, start the timer. Yeah, how are the votes at right now? I haven't checked them recently. Still very much neck and neck. Let's see. 84, 85. It is very, very precarious. Poor Vaporum. Never have a chance. Or Scarlet Nexus. Maybe next time. Alright. We're still leveling up our water dude. Although that's a water dude, so let's switch over to air, I guess. Dodge. Cyclone. It really feels like Cyclone should be a multi-attack, but it only attacks once. Like everything else that has these kind of animations hit like multiple times. I wonder if that was like a mistake on their part, or they actually just it hits once. Because I've yet to see it confuse or stun enemy, like, ever. Damn, those water spouts do way too much damage. Especially when it's a weak attack, it does like a third of my health and damage. To be fair, that's the air guy who's got the least amount of hit points, but still. Sequence thing. I was gonna say, is there gonna be enemies coming out of that hole? Barak. Is there a stone, I wanna say? Yeah. Switch over. Another attack that does way too much damage. Like sequence thing? We didn't have a sequence thing. Usually the sequence things are not active until you actually see the sequence. This is one of those things where we have to mind control. Who was it that could do that again? this guy. Maybe not. Yeah, these walls definitely make things a lot harder to visualize. It's really hard to tell where a path is and what the hell doing all that do? Buttons didn't activate anything. We can actually walk through here? No. How do we get in the middle area here? Oh, we need to go through this door. Oh, there we go. I had the right idea, just the wrong area, the wrong spot. Sequence. Already forgot the sequence. Changing time. Confuse them. Try again. Saber. Going good. Enemies are definitely feel a little too tanky at this point, though. Things take a little too long to kill. Bad RNG on against this guy. Come on. What the hell? I mean, he has an air type, which do have their speed. Wow. usually air types don't have a lot of health. This one has speed and health. Yeah, same here. I definitely didn't expect too much out of this game going into it, being, you know, a licensed IP. I mean, it's not amazing, but this is a solid 3 out of 5. Definitely a lot of variety in terms of, you know, how to attack enemies and stuff, although generally you do have that one dude who you want to be attacking, or like you want to have the dude who's got the opposite element. Where you get the most damage, especially at this point, considering like things take 1,000,000 hits to kill. So use the wrong type of element, you're gonna have a very slow battle. Over here first. For once, I just want to see the Cyclone actually like confuse or stun an enemy or whatever. I mean, I guess technically it stuns an enemy. Or yeah, I guess stun is the damage it does, so I want to see it confuse an enemy. I've never seen it confused. In the meantime, this guy does half my health with one attack against somebody who's got the opposite element from him. Of course I miss. And he finishes me off. Because of course he does. My XP. Your first level 8. Alright, does he get a new ability at level 8? I didn't think so. So level 9 minimum for the next ability. Two different directions we can go here. And that door opened, which means obviously the right way. This guy already leveled up, so let's we'll stick with this guy. And for the guy that's supposed to have like really high speed or whatever, this dodge increasing thing doesn't seem to increase the dodge all that much. I guess that's only active when that illusion is up, which only lasts for like 2 turns or whatever. If you're lucky, increases your dodge by like 10%. Gotta hit that ability. Rack of stone. Switch to perk. we'll need to open that door. I forget what those are. I think those are like earth, I want to say, or stone. I think it's earth. It's definitely not fire. I know they look like there should be fire. It's definitely not earth, so it's gotta be stone. No, it is. I guess the telekinesis just didn't give us a strong attack thing. There's up these weak discs. What's the next level after 3700 for the next one? I'm betting level 9. It's probably the max level. Maybe level 10. It's just looking at the number of enemies left. I'm assuming we got one more region. Middle, left, right. Almost one-shot him. My guess is we're like at 2/3, if not further. My progression metric right now is the bestiary. So looking at this, we only have like, it's almost like one elemental group, kind of similar to this thing that we might fight. There's exactly 6 in this area here. So maybe the next area will have you know, these guys, and we also have like 2 stragglers. I was gonna say 2 stragglers, but I think we actually, yeah, we ran into one of them. This menace thing. So this one here was like a random encounter, like one of those ambush ones. So this one's probably an ambush one as well. So yeah, I'm guessing one more area. Usually it's in the obvious spot. Like, oh yeah, that door, it was the only way I could progress. Did I read this yet? Yeah, this was the sequence thing. Well, yeah, I'm not sure where that door is. The problem is sometimes you have doors below you. They're a lot harder to spot than doors like above you. I don't think I'd have to go that way, maybe. I don't know. One thing's for sure, the tile set in this thing definitely makes it hard to spot where you need to go. I guess I do have to go back. Yep, good level east doors. Oh yeah, there's this door over here. I remember now. That cleared the way to the store. Fire. I want to use my water dude. He's already got experience. He's already at the next level. Let's start with let's start off with this guy just to get the XP and switch over to the water one to actually kill him. He did a lot of damage to himself. There is random encounters, but they're very few and far between. It feels like it's a certain number of steps that you go after running into an actual enemy. If you go too far, you get an ambush, which sometimes can be a really nasty enemy. Like you can get an enemy that's like a level above you, which can really hurt. It's good luck trying to hit anything that's a level above you if you're using the right elemental dude. And if you lose that guy, then you're really screwed. Or you can get like something that's lower level. But those are pretty few and far between. It's not like a 5-step random encounter kind of bullshit thing. Like you got to go pretty far distance to get an ambush, and it's not random. It feels like it's a static amount of time, static amount of steps after your last enemy encounter before you get an ambush. So this forces you to. So if you're using, let's say, the red dude to avoid all the battles, because you can just stay. You can stay. Not cloned. Stay cloaked. That's the word I'm looking for. Probably forever. I don't think there's a time limit on the cloak. Then the game forces you to do some battles. You're not just walking through each area. Imagine speedrunning this, you can probably use that to your advantage, but when you hit those boss fights, you definitely need to be a certain level, because, again, one level below, you're going to have an extremely hard time, so... And even worse if you're, like, 2 levels below. Hitting the wrong button. I found it really weird that they put the save thing on here, but every time I use a disc, it always reminds me to save. Every time I have to switch discs. So... maybe there's a method to their madness, putting it that there. It's gonna be a long throw disc. Door code. I'm gonna get ambushed shortly. Unlucky win last. Yeah, that's decent. Half my health. Half my health on an enemy that I'm supposed to be strong against. Yeah. This one's got all the discs. Somebody for leveling up. I gotta be getting close now. Still another 100. 2, maybe 3 battles away. So let's heal up a bit. Tunnel against the flying enemy. Like when they know. Cheated. Double days. Use a stronger disc. Disc. What are those guys? Stone. Use the earth. It's gotten super fun. Did guess the shield smash has a deflect chance too. Time control disc. Reduce enemy speed. Interesting. Barely did any damage either. That was a level 8 disc. Looks like 150 away. Haven't been using them at all, so it's a long way away. About 150 away. About 100 away. Pretty close. This game definitely uses the swapping mechanic way too often though. And they constantly swap dudes. Here, we want to be using this guy, I guess. Last mind control. Away. A lot of dudes. There's a killer there. Do something to activate those buttons. Right. Got a pillar to use after we murder all these guys. Level 8, wow. Somehow I hit him. Didn't expect to be able to hit a level 8. Yeah, just lowering their speed makes a huge difference in terms of level gaps. That shouldn't be enough experience to level them up. And some. So we got fire. We already have water at level 8. Let's get some XP on our fire dude, I guess. I haven't used him in a while. There's no ice guys around here. guy definitely has the worst like lineup of discs, or of like abilities. All his abilities kind of suck. Alright. Here, dude. Let's fight him with fire, I guess. It's definitely not gonna fight the water one with fire. We don't have a time disc that has like that's the hard to dodge one. With confusion just once. I want to see this thing actually work with confusion. Killer there. Let's see if we can one-shot this guy with that fire. This is way too low chance of actually working. It does seem like when you lower their speed, you get a lot more crits too. So crits definitely seem to be based on speed difference, and it's a lot of experience. Who's left? Because now everybody's leveling up right before the pillar. So we got the ice dude. Fire dude. Those are some nice level 8s at least. Alright, so we got these fire, earth, and ice. Door open. Switch there I have to hit. Yeah, let's leave that pillar for now, because we're going to have to come back here at some point when we have to hit these switches, so leave that for when we get here. Oh, this is fun. use ice, so let's use fire, I guess. Insta-kill disc is so unlikely to actually do anything. Just need to hit him with like the weakest disc. Finish him off. I wonder if the disc level actually affects how likely it is to hit the enemy too. Assuming it just affects the amount of damage it does. Deflect the heat wave. That pillar. So everybody's basically dead at this point. fire dude. We're gonna get ambushed soon. Basically just are so little damage now. Still have like shitty ass levels. I don't think the basic disc, I think those can only be found like in the world itself. The other ones can very rarely drop. Dude out of the way. Or the earth dude. What do we have left? The ice. Like one fight away. Both these are basically one fight away. Or anything I can use telekinesis on. Oh, right here. Wasn't expecting to look behind the door. Somewhere a door open. Gee, I wonder where. It's not going to be better than I thought, considering speed lowering seems to be pretty good. Now the fire dude? Yeah. I guess I could use the fire dude against that guy. For some reason I thought he had already leveled up. It's middle, top, bottom. 32, 32. Assuming a reason we had 32 because we haven't really used anybody yet. So let's start with, I don't know, Ice Guy, I guess. Let's continue with this guy, considering we gotta use him anyways. Although I guess we'll go with the water one here first. Love when confusion actually like does its job and makes it so that every hit makes them attack themselves. Only 48 experience. I guess he was one level below me. So it's 2 levels below me. Yeah, music wasn't too bad at the beginning, but this area here, I don't know. He definitely dropped the ball on the music. You want to make sure the music was as forgettable as possible. I hate that water spout. Oh, wow, finally confused somebody. That's the first. It took like 20 attempts to finally confuse someone. I'm gonna make the most badass gun. That's the only way to play that game. Make a gun with like 10 scopes, like 5 magazines. What was I working on? Doesn't matter. The need to level up at some point. Where did that door open? Not that door. Not that door. There's another door back here. I think so. That one yet. Don't know what door opened up. Oh, that was a fast forward. It was a long time ago. I forget when it went up against it. I think it was like Yakuza or something like that versus that one. Which is so like... Oh, you're talking about, yeah, Resonance Fate? Yeah, I played that one. I platinumed that one, like, well before RPG Quest started. Like, I don't know, 15 years ago at this point. Dragon Quarter raid. Core with the raid. Core playing some Dragon Quarter. How was Dragon Quarter? Was that as miserable an experience? Although I'm sure you went into it knowing a little more about it than I did. Where like, man, I don't want to use any of my dragon powers in any battles because God knows I don't want to like have to restart the game. Welcome to not Pokemon. Welcome to Bionicmon. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those games. If you're into those kind of games, and obviously you ignore the fact that they slapped on a dragon, Breath of Fire name onto it, and I guess it'd be enjoyable. But going into that one, expecting it to be like a sequel to a Breath of Fire game, you're definitely gonna have a miserable time. You do want to use dragon powers. I mean, having played the game now and knowing, you know, the ending, and yeah. Okay, where the hell did that door open? We had a door that opened. I don't know where it opened. There's a dude here I have to control. Maybe it opened behind a place that this door opens. Can't even... I think it's not even active yet. Is there another door over here somewhere? So yeah, exactly. I mean, they clearly threw the Breath of Fire name on there because, you know, brand recognition, right? They wanted to sell this new IP they had, but by slapping on the Breath of Fire on there, they basically killed the Breath of Fire series and basically killed the new series because people who were expecting a Breath of Fire sequel never wanted to play anything in that. It never wanted like another game again. And the people who enjoyed that one never would have gotten the sequel because, you know, they slapped on the Breath of Fire name. So they kind of killed two birds with one stone by calling it Breath of Fire. Okay, which door opened? I don't think I would have had to go this far back. It wouldn't make sense. It's not a, I didn't get a code for it, or... No, it's right here, below us. I went to this door, and I was like, oh, this door is still closed. I forgot there was another door down here. Dude is definitely the strongest guy on my team. This guy must have been 2 levels below me because got no XP there. Somewhere a door opened. Yeah, at least that one was right next to us. Water guy, the air guy. Let's work on the water guy, I guess. Both Solo to Robo and Wizard of Oz. How much were those? I remember Solo to Robo was pretty expensive when I picked it up. I'm pretty sure it was the last DS game I picked up because it was an expensive one. I don't know if the prices fluctuated at all since then. Wizard of Oz probably went up in price since I picked up a copy. $600? Yeah, it sounds about right. Definitely sounds about right. Not cheap. I mean, Solo to Robo being like that collector's edition thing. Well, it's not collector's. I mean, it's the only version that came out. Definitely made it so they printed less copies of it. Oh, Wizard of Oz has definitely gone up in price. I probably paid about that for Solo to Robo when I picked it up, which is why it's the last game, but Wizard of Oz I definitely didn't pay anywhere near that. Wizard of Oz for me must have been around $100, I think. So that one definitely jacked up in price. Yeah, I mean that's what you need. To get a complete box for Solo to Robo, you need to have all that stuff, because that's the only way it was released. There's no like card only, or there's no you know, just like case only version. Like you have to have all that stuff to be complete box for Solo to Robo. So obviously any games without that means they like lost the outside box and soundtrack. Not that they never got it or anything. Yeah, I'm sure there's some out there trying to sell it without those, but yeah. It's like trying to find like PS1 Lunars. Trying to find like a complete version of those with like all the goodies is a lot harder. Especially stuff like the pendant in Lunar 2. So many of those just go missing. People put them in a drawer somewhere, they don't realize it's part of this game set, so they just think some sort of costume jewelry and they throw it out, right? Got them with both, nice. Yeah, I'm still missing the map for Lunar 1 and of course the pendant for Lunar 2, but at this point it's like, way too expensive to even try to grab those two parts. Yeah, I got everything for Arclad. That one I did get everything with. Which game was it? There's a game that I can't remember which one. It was like I think it was one of the PS2 ones that I had like everything but the soundtrack in it. Which, you know, good luck ever trying to find the soundtrack, right? And for work, I was in Vancouver. For work, I went to a retro game store, and sure enough, they had like the soundtrack for that game in like their showcase for like $15 or something like that. It's like, all right, grabbing that. Like, there's no way in hell would have ever found that otherwise. One booth, this convention, you had a copy of Lunar Tier with nothing but the pendant. This is jewel case, the game jewel case and the pendant. And they probably wanted like $300 for it or something stupid, right? Wait, that's wrong. Ow! Man, those guys do so much damage with that attack. Look at the price he's taking care of you. Come on. Well, I'm dead. Chronicles of Burn. What a game that one. Confusion. I really hate that ability. It's more than likely to whiff than to ever do good damage. Has a chance of causing high stun damage. Very low chance. I barely healed him. So much damage. I'm confused with that too. I forgot that thing can actually hit people with confusion. Door's not even open yet. What elemental dudes are gonna be walking out of that door? There is stone. Usually there's like 2. I guess everybody's a little late now. I have to check. Just use whatever elemental is gonna be strong against that element. Miss. Come on. I'm supposed to be confused. It's a nice bidet hit. Bionicle. It's very ill. Who needs to heal the most? Guess technically him. I don't know if I was jumpable by a normal guy, but we have to pull up the air guy there. I won't be using water against air. Time to hit himself in the face. I think I jumped there because that would have hurt. Fusion was kind of shitty. Only confused them once. You know, you would think my air guy would have enough speed so he like almost never misses. Especially when the guy's like 2 levels below him, but that's not a thing. So he definitely doesn't have HP, so speed is his only like grace. Really? So if you get seen, you have to go back and, that's stupid. You gotta walk on this stupid thing again? Why? I've never done this before. Usually you could just, like, cloak in front of the crystal. Unless it's timed or some weird shit. Combo. Sonic Blast. So I'm gonna miss. Oh, I'm surprised I actually hit him. Usually flying dudes are pretty fast. So you have to hit all 3, or? Fight things there. Doors. Toa Metru basic is level 9. Nice. That's ice, I want to say. How the hell you miss somebody who's frozen? surprised. Middle, left, right. Middle, left, right, left, right. Another teleport disc? Or is this just replacing the one we had? Is the ground type, I think? Or earth type? I always forget that one. Selected. Imagine being able to deflect the blizzard. Come on. Well, the game's fun. I think most kids would find it kind of, there's definitely some difficult spots. But overall, I mean, there's variety in terms of, like, the combat. There's a lot of different, I mean, there's basically an elemental system. If you're not using the right element, you're doing pretty shitty damage, so you constantly want to be swapping to the right elemental dude, and then there's a variety of different attacks and everything. There's a whole bunch of different discs with different effects, so there's some variety for sure in the combat. The actual, like, traversal of the dungeons and stuff is kind of meh. Like, everything looks the same. Music is very forgettable. So it's definitely not, like, you know, an amazing game, but I've definitely played much worse, so. For a licensed game, it's better than I expected. Yeah, so replace the one disc I already had. I kind of wish they would give me a second one, not just replace the one I had. It's probably on purpose. Yeah, this one's very Pokemon-esque. Like, the combat's very similar to Pokemon. Like, you got your different elemental types that are, you know, you got the super effective attacks versus non-super effective attacks. Obviously, a lot less complicated in Pokemon because Pokemon has the multi-typing and stuff, which this game doesn't. So much less complicated. And obviously, you have your team of guys which are like preset. You know, you're not chasing those guys around. So it's simple, but you know. It's good to know it. Why am I bother using this dodge change thing? It doesn't seem to do much. Getting close to leveling up on some of my dudes now. Still far, still far. This guy's getting pretty close, the Earth guy. This one's the furthest. Yeah, let's concentrate on the Earth guy. Get him up to the next level. He dodges. Turning the night vision wear off was when I'm about to hit him. Can't dodge that one, but I can definitely miss. Come on. you already have this? Not the same thing as what I just picked up. Maybe it's like one level higher than what I had. Alright, let's hold off on using this pillar just yet. All the way down there. Considering they're a little pretty far back to get back here, just use it now. Start. Got a third of my health. Just healed up all my dudes. Game's like, whatever. Got his health back anyways. Alright, do we get a new ability at level 9? We do! No? Yeah, we do. Fisher. Nice. Right, question is level 9 the top level? Let's see. No? It's at least a level 10. Alright, who's next? 34, 35, 35. Let's get at least one more level 9 before I level up the weak ones. Poor Vakama. The problem with Vakama is he has like really shitty abilities. He only has one ability that does damage, and it's just a damage over time. Everybody else has like multiple damage dealing abilities, not counting the discs, of course. Let's get the air one, I guess. So it had any reason to come here. Oops. wall shimmying sections definitely feel like they're padding. Could have made that animation walk twice as fast, but no. Fireball doesn't get confused. One strong attack he gets. Now hopefully we get Fireball at level 9. So that at least will give him another attack. Seems like it would be a logical thing for him to get at level 9. Why would bother with that mask ability? It's so garbage. I could hit him with that second one. What the hell? This guy's so hard to hit. Like, it definitely doesn't feel like our wind guy has the speed that he's supposed to have. Like, that water guy seems faster than I am, considering how often I miss him. Indivisible. Alright, +1 to indivisible. Watch it show up in the next fast forward. Alright, so one more battle possibly. Fisher. Chance of Earth opening up and enemy disappearing. Probably a very low chance. Well, for one, so... Although that guy was 2 levels lower, so... The game's not bad. It's a solid 3. Music is definitely blech. Graphics, I mean, if you like this kind of pre-rendered stuff, but you know, graphically it's not exactly mind-blowing. All these like tile sets really are ugly as shit. It's not the best looking game, not the best sounding game, but the combat is decent. It's a good amount of variety. Keeps you on your toes, all these different elemental things. All these different types of effects that all these different, oops. Looks like I'm in the middle of, like, nothing right now. Yeah, the music is definitely not all there. Set on the cyclone, I guess. Code. How far away was that door for the door code? The thing wasn't this far. Ambushed real soon. Is this guy earth or I forget if this guy's earth or stone? Fine. Right, who am I working on right now? Just get this guy done. It's 100 something away. we have never got like an upgraded version of those discs. And level 2 discs here. It's that one right there. Oh yeah, I mean licensed stuff always has a very short time limit. And I mean, it is a GBA game, that's the thing you have to remember. GBA games, generally people weren't going to be cranking the music up, or like listening to it with headphones, right? It's a portable game system, so music is usually like one of the last things they even consider on this system. That one actually does damage. That's even supposed to do. Never got hit with any status effects when I got hit with that thing. I was expecting some sort of poison, but nope. Let's see, get tornado. Right, next. Let's do the stone guy. Wait, no, stone guy. Yeah. Yeah, stone guy's next. Stone guy, then we're gonna do the water guy, ice guy, and the fire guy way behind. These are so annoying. So he has too many doors, like, I don't remember which doors I've been through, which ones I haven't. Through this door? I don't know. I recall this area, so probably not. There's also no enemies around, so yeah, I definitely haven't been here. Get ambushed soon. Maybe not. That's rude. Still have no idea what the point of hitting enemies with the discs. Like, it doesn't give us a preemptive strike or anything. It's, I guess just in cases like this where you just want to get like a long-range encounter without having to touch the enemy directly. Realized you can't hit these things. What the hell? About to level up because not that close to level up though. It's probably like one experience away. Pretty much 11. Gotta be one thing we haven't been doing in a while is the telekinesis thing. They replaced with this like control a dude thing. Fisher does some damage if it doesn't insta-kill the dude. Let's see, get Earthquake. Alright, what's next? Since we're about to fight a fire dude, this will do water. It's just to miss yourself. Juju in on some action. Need to work on Juju and the fire dude. Especially the fire dude. I'm surprised we only had like one freeze so far. Luckily it was the one group. I don't know why that group froze at the end of the battle. It was definitely one of the large groups I fought. It was like 4 enemies. Usually most groups are at the most gonna get 3 dudes. And even that's uncommon. So for some reason, 4 guys, the game's like, there's like too much data. Oh, new area. Oh, come on, I'm worried about you. Are you sure you're feeling alright? I guess the, maybe I should have worked on the ice dude in the last area, because he's gonna have a bad time in this area. But I was not. You can do nothing but go forward, as you said so yourself. Can you sense how deep underground we are, Wanuna? Feels like we have traveled far. Do you think these tunnels will really lead us to Metru Nui? You're deeper than I'd like to say, Nuju. This place is ancient. Has lain undisturbed for so long. It would seem the deeper we go, the older the tunnel gets. Who dug this place all that great long time ago? The faults and strange experiments we've got, I think, must be the work of Makuta. Alright, new area good. Alright, let's see. If we start getting the, like all these dudes here, then it's almost guaranteed to be the last area. I mean, the fact there's 6 of them means it's probably just like these guys, just a bunch of different, like, 6 elemental versions of one type of dude. There's also this one random dude here, which is probably a random chance of encountering with the ambushes. Only the Toa Metru of fire can withstand the heat of lava flow. nice, we got some new battle music, finally. Yeah, there's not much plot, but there's plot. Yeah, the battle music in this area is definitely a little more exciting than the last area. That one was pretty shit. Sephiroth. There we go. Thank you so much for the 5 months of awesome support. How's it going? How's the game so far? You know, it's better than I expected going into it. It's combat-wise, it's similar to Pokemon. Like you have your 6 different dudes, which I mean they're preset. They don't evolve or anything like that, but they're like all 6 of them have different elemental strengths and weaknesses. And so do the enemies, so using the appropriate dude against that enemy, you're going to do extra damage. And each of them have like different abilities. You can get status effect things that lower speed for the enemies, etc. There's also discs, that lots of different types of discs. Each of these can do different things, weaken the enemies, making it stronger but easier to hit, etc. And each of these have like a limited amount of usage. So you can use this one 5 times, for example. But you can regenerate these by going to these really rare pillars. Like you get 1 or like maybe 2 regions. So you try to use them sparingly, but there's definitely some complexity in the combat. Not super complex, but there's also different levels of discs. So the stronger the level, obviously, the more damage you're going to do. Die from the damage over time. A long way to go with this guy. Okay, it's not a fire dude. Let's bring ice dude in so you can at least get some XP. Yeah, exactly. Pleasantly surprising is always better than, you know, what is this crap? One hit away. A lot of puzzles in this game too. You gotta keep switching your guys around because each guys have like special effects and stuff. So we're getting these guys naturally now. Before we found these guys, the only time I seen one of these was during an ambush. raising the attack is useful. Like, I doubt it doubles my damage, so... But I guess it does save a charge of a disc. It does, like, let's say, I don't know, 120, 150% or whatever damage. You know, you're wasting a turn. This guy's new. Dragon Lizard. This might be that, the one we were missing down here. This could be this one, maybe. Let's see which place it shows up. Everything in here is fire-based. So my ice guy is going to have a miserable time here. It's going to be a nightmare to level him up. Alright, so yeah, so there's a very good chance these are going to be like 6 different elemental versions of another dude. Strong defense against special attacks. Weak defense against normal attacks. Go to teleport there. For me, it's the opposite. For me, the game has to be fun. If I'm going to be playing it for, 50 plus hours, if it's not fun, then I'm going to be miserable. You'd have the best story ever, but yeah. If you struggle to get through the story because the game is so, it's so hard to, move on because of the dreadful gameplay. So yeah. So gameplay is number 1 for me. Obviously, the characters in the story are like the scenery on the way. Some stuff that keeps it interesting. But yeah, without that solid gameplay, it's gonna be a bad game. If I want a good story and characters, I would watch a movie and bad gameplay. Obviously, having all of the above is the best combination, but some games definitely struggle. So much for confusion here. This guy's not getting confused at all. Now he's scared, so he's at least he hit himself with that one. Did have a door open up. Question is where. I'm guessing that one. Yeah. True. I mean, obviously having the best of all, like all the above, is the best bet. I mean, most people. I mean, if the game has amazing gameplay, most people would be more people would be willing to kind of look past the other stuff if the gameplay was fun and exciting. But I think the reverse, you'd have a lot less people willing to look past the bad gameplay in order to enjoy the story and the character development or whatever. I mean, obviously, unless you're doing this for a challenge like I am, most people would just not keep playing those kind of games, the ones that don't have all the above, but... somebody who's basically playing through all the games, good gameplay is important. How are we doing for XP on this guy? Oops. Another 100 to go. My water dude. Another 50 to go. How about my ice dude? He's not going to get any XP in this area, man. Unless I... Maybe the first area has a bunch of fire dudes, and the second area, once we get past that, maybe he'll be able to be used again. But ice guy is gonna have a bad time in here. Visteria. Yeah, especially when it's a long game. Hey, Mr. Blank, he said, how's it going? Else down here, just that one enemy. Since that's not an ice guy, this guy is. Realizing thousands of lines to the code. The joys. You think AI would be good at like analyzing code and like, yeah, debugging code or something? This brings back memories of your childhood. Yeah, for me, Bionicle's is completely like outside of my age range, so I never even I never like played with anything Bionicles, watched anything with Bionicles, so I'm completely like I know nothing about this series. Wording it correctly, yeah. Imagine the AI probably struggles like with large projects. Little, like if you want to do little things with AI, no problem. When you want to do big complex things, it's gonna be tough. So little damage. Yeah. Which came first, though? Was it Technics or Bionicle? I thought Technics came first. Technics is still around, at least. Bionicle's long gone now. I guess, you know, after their spurt of popularity, I guess they weren't popular enough. And they go just kind of dump them. Moved on to new things. Almost there. What door did I open? So much for getting XP on him. I really hope the fire guy gets some sort of attack. Let's see, it's level 9, like that fireball thing. He seriously needs an attack. As well, yeah. Yeah, this my Lego, I guess, is just making a whole bunch of other theme things, so Bionicle just fell by the wayside. Tidal wave, their attack, eventually. Should have used that. Let's use it on a new Jugas. Their bikes. They're Bionicle Transformers. Like it just gets pushed over. Just motorcycles. Motorcycles with faces. Press the wrong button. Somewhere a door opened up. We're not gonna tell you where. Problem is this area has too many doors, so it's hard to remember which ones I've already been to. If I see an enemy past the door, then I definitely haven't been there, but I don't remember this thing, so... These critical hits. Really? Was he like 1 XP from leveling up here? Pretty much. 6. Shot disc, let's go. Right. Fireball. Nice. Finally gets an attack, like an actual attack. We're only gonna have like 2 charges or something stupid. Alright, so all that's left is the ice guy, which is gonna have a really hard time getting his level up in this area. Let's start off with him and then switch him out every time. Stop with that flying attack. There. Stay frozen. All that for 68 XP. It's not worth it. Slowly but surely. Yeah, it's almost there actually. Faster than I expected. Constitute this level 8. Nice. 25 XP, really? Let's try out that new attack. Assuming that was an attack. Battle Wave. Very accurate, enemies can't dodge. Very good damage too. These areas with like lava and ice, you have to constantly switch to that one dude. At least the area with the we had to use the night vision goggles. Those were pretty far and few between. You had to like switch over to him, but this area has like every single section. You gotta switch back to the fire dude. Everybody's level 9 now. Avalanche. I can actually use the appropriate dudes for this area. High damage. Do some damage now. 5 times. Different directions to go. Level 9. Causes heavy stun damage to flying enemies. This is not considered a flying enemy, so... I think is considered a flying enemy. Enemies to the floor. I'm assuming this doesn't work on flying ones. Try it for the hell of it. Yeah. That we just missed. But... Pillar there. Where does that get used? Whopping 16 XP. Get that pillar from when we go through that door. Let's see a spot to bring that telekinesis thing. Maybe there isn't a spot. Level 9 disc basically does no damage now. Every game really wants you to use these abilities instead. Level 10. What kind of element are these guys? Reading if these are stone or... 50-50 chance. Obviously stone. Just all enemies. I mean, does this actually like? Is this actually good if you have multiple like, yeah, like 3 enemies or whatever? Does this actually hit all of them? It's just gonna kill me. Jesus. Days. That was 2 levels below me. Still get wrecked. Gotta find where this mysterious door is. These levels are definitely getting more and more convoluted. The pillar. Oh, that was fun. Good thing we're right next to the pillar. Nice. One level above me, boom, instant death. Come back a little later. Still have plenty of like usage of everything. Really? 1 hit point. Top, bottom, from left to right. Water used to be really shitty. Now water is really OP. I think because water is just strong with like magic attacks. And of course at the beginning I didn't have any like actual attacking things with water, so I was basically just using those discs. Now the water has a bunch of attacking like special attacks. It's a beast. Hit the damn thing. Shotted. Back to the pillar in a second. Isn't that as pointless, but... Alright, so we'll grab that pillar. Don't go too far. And it just gave us a shortcut. Almost there, 150. Really curious what the max level is going to be. Disc level 9. I'm not sure if that replaces one of my regenerate discs or if that gives us like a third one. Yeah, it just replaces one of them. Gonna replace the level 3 one now. Had to replace the level 6, I think it was. of that crystal is. There's no doors nearby. Did I use up all my tidal waves? Maybe I did. Didn't feel like I did. Unless there's an ability that like sacks your usages or something. Stop dodging me, Jesus. I was gonna say, like, I bet you if I get caught. We go. It's only like 2 in the entire game that does that. Or like you actually get caught by the crystal, you have to run all the way back. Like hit a switch. Just be extra annoying. Especially this one, it's like, oh man, I gotta like... Last one was like this too, where you have to go through this stupid bullshit thing to get to the switch. Extra annoying. Gonna be a reload if that happens again. It's weird because it turns red like before you get in range of the crystal. Like here you have to go up here to, and then you end up in the crystal's range when you do that, but it doesn't actually close the door until you're like past the crystal. Otherwise, like as soon as you climb over that, you would instantly shut it down, and this would be impassable. Door that open. Spin this one. I realize there's a door down here. Insta-kill. So far that the Fisher does have a pretty high chance of insta-killing, I find. Compared to that, like, that teleport disc. If you're guaranteed a critical hit, sleep. That would make sense. What element was this guy again? Nui Java? A long time. Stone. He has more of a, like, the earth look to him than stone. Pillar. I just had a pillar in the last area. They're being very kind with pillars in this section compared to like previous areas. You're lucky if you get a pillar every like 3 sections. No effect. I mean, most of the time it just whips anyways. Or it doesn't actually like, they don't actually attack themselves. Yeah. Animations are definitely fine in this. I mean, the whole pre-rendered thing is not, you know, the nicest looking art style by any stretch, but like how else would you really do Bionicle? I'm positive that the, not positive, but I'm sure the earthquake doesn't actually hit flying enemies, which kind of sucks considering that's the main type of enemy that this guy is strong against. So it kind of defeats the point. Maybe I've just been really unlucky with the earthquakes. And I guess the thing you have to remember too, this is on a GBA. This isn't on like a big screen TV, so definitely looks a little jankier when it's blown up to this size. Yeah, I can imagine. Any sort of IP. I imagine this one's probably like one of the better ones in the Bionicle series. Like for a tactical, or for like a licensed game, like, I'm pleasantly surprised on this one. Have I not leveled up my dude yet? I feel like I should have leveled up. 20, not even 20 to go. when things are paralyzed. Alright, level 10. Is that the final level, I wonder? Yep. Level 10's the final level. No current experience to the next level. Their difficulty means insanely rough. Yeah, which is kind of weird. I mean, clearly Bionicle would be aimed towards kids. Like, I don't know, what was the typical age group for Bionicle? I'm assuming it would have been like, you know, young teens at the highest. Like pre-teens to young teens. And that was aimed too much towards like teenagers or something like that. Yeah, sounds about right. So, I mean, you wouldn't want to have something that's too difficult for that age group. Shitty number of hits there. Because we either cut themselves in pieces while young. Yeah, that makes sense. This one's really weird because typically you're not using this guy against, you know, air types. But that clearly is an air type only attack. But I don't think there's any other types that are actually considered flying. It's got a long ways to go. this thing not a... Yeah, I guess this thing isn't a fire type. So I'm not getting the weak attack or whatever it was. Must be a stone type, or not a stone type, yeah, stone type. It's what type I would be doing super damage. This one is definitely a fire type though. Luckily that telekinesis thing is like a percentage base attack and still does good damage. Ow! Jesus. A lot of damage there. Luckily we have the pillar. Don't want to use it just yet, but... I'll get lucky and freeze him. Or miss completely. So yeah, this guy's a stone type, isn't he? hill for the win. You need to go back and use that pillar. Remember where the hell it is. Huh. Back this way. Before we get ambushed. Once everybody's level 10, we won't have to worry about level 10s anymore. Like unless they make the final boss level 11 or something like that. I can see them doing. I still want to... almost positive this is like all these guys are immune to flying types. I should talk about flying types. I want to try this anti-flying type thing. Okay, like stop missing me. Decent damage. Way too much damage. Should lose regular attacks because like tons of damage. Two level 10s. Enlarged disc. I like using those enlarged discs because they increase their stats. It's good to finish off an attack, but time to use that blizzard attack. Or avalanche, whatever it is. See if it actually does damage all of them. Let's use all the charges, because they're not going to have like 3 dudes to use this against. This is assuming it actually does damage all the enemies, like it says it does. Find out in a second. Oh yeah, it does. Nice. Let's hope so. Is he God in a Bionicle movie or something? Teleport disc level 9. Is that... I'm trying to remember what type of teleport disc I had before, but... better chance of insta-killing enemies, so I'll take it. Lego move. Oh yeah, yeah. The crackle. Good old crackle. I mean, am I really gonna use Avalanche again? How often am I gonna have like 3 dudes? Whatever. Came down from here. Hey, what was the point of coming down here? Just that one item? Wait, I guess there was that a disc as well. It's a completely optional area. Oh, and activated this thing. Oh, wait, what? It's weird. Stand here and like. No, I probably have to shut that door. I'm assuming I can't get close enough otherwise. Probably just like pixel perfect where you can't make the... It's really hard to tell where the corner is. Feels like I should be able to make it. Close that door. Like it wants to make it as close as possible. More interesting that way. It's probably like a spot you can have like a pixel perfect thing, but close that door. I still feel like the air guy is way too slow. Like, feels like he should be able to dodge like a lot of attacks and stuff, and he doesn't. Okay, so I do have a second one now. Nice. Two time discs. Well, I thought this was going to be the last area, but there's still 6 enemies that we haven't encountered. So until we encounter these ones, so there's probably at least one more area. So won't be finishing tonight, that's for sure. Yeah, we can hit that thing. Still think it probably would have been possible. Like, it's probably like a pixel perfect thing. Oops. Turn that way. Not that darn. The door open. It makes sense to go this far back, I don't think. Get ambushed. Hope we get ambushed and switch to somebody that can actually get experience. Darkness area up there, so. Sneaky, sneaky mecha. What I miss with those things that can't be dodged. These basic discs are like do no damage. Use level 9 discs. Like, you think that would at least do some damage, but it's negligible damage. Alright, just definitely an area up there, darkness area. Maybe that's where the door opens. Let's see a way to get there, though. Maybe I gotta go back outside. Yeah, I guess that door was further away than I expected. Stone type. Not the best thing to use my wind type with. It's more like Baldur's Gate, like the original Baldur's Gate. It's kind of an isometric, kind of D&D style game. I enjoyed Divinity Original Sin, so it's kind of like that. It's a fun game. Probably. Is this a new regenerate disc, or because we already had a level 9, so maybe that other regenerate disc. Yeah, nice. So then we have 2 level 9s. Sweet. It's got a regular one and one that can deflect. And that can potentially deflect. Sort of more tornadoes. You can play that game. It's that game that was in Project Cross Zone. That's probably why it's getting so many votes. Because it's like, holy crap, we just played a game that had this. I mean, it's kind of like a turn-based combat system, but it's got like a lot of acrobatic style, scenes whenever you're attacking. The biggest thing that I remember about Resonance of Fate, because I platinumed that one back in the day, like a long time ago, is that you make some really crazy guns, like guns with like 3 scopes and 4 magazines and stuff like that. Like, it's just really convoluted guns. the only thing I remember really about that game. I remember the combat being kind of eh. Oh, I definitely remember the guns. Yeah, it could have been stuff like that that made me kind of like platinuming a game compared to playing it is two different things, right? Some games could be quite fun to play, but when you try to platinum it, it just becomes a slog. Maybe Resistance of Fate kind of end up being like that. I don't remember much about it, so it's been a very, very long time at this point. Run away. Yeah, multiple playthroughs always makes getting platinums a pain in the ass. So the story wasn't very memorable, considering I remembered nothing about it. I mean, I remember more about the plot because, you know, it was... parts of it were kind of featured about in Project Cross Zone than I remember about the actual game itself. That sounds awful. All the way back down there. I played on 360. Makes sense. I might just, if it wins, I might just download the HD version. Well, HD, I mean, it was HD, but, you know, the PS4 version probably runs smoother. I took a quick look and it looks like it was on sale, so... might as well spend 30 bucks and pick it up again. And I can get some more trophies. I can platinum it again. Yeah, let's not do that. One time is good enough. They're level 10. Got half our team at level 10 now. Who's left? Ninju. Tao. He's like one attack away, like one fight away from leveling up. He's the furthest. Very good here. Another time control disc. Bottom. This door open. This place is very... There's a lot of doors and a lot of like backtracking. It's kind of annoying. Assuming it had to be that one. I think it's a good place to call it for tonight though. Because we definitely have at least one other area to go to. Considering we haven't encountered any of these guys here. So let's make a save here. Mecha changing remote. Just in case you missed the intro. At least now there's not going to be like a surprise right at the end. Everybody's going to jump on pillars. We shall see. Yeah, let's pause timer here. And yeah, back on tomorrow around noon. I can't see there'll be much longer. I mean, we're hitting the maximum level on our dudes. We have like 2 more guys to get to maximum level, and after that, I mean, pretty much just getting through the game. I mean, at that point, I could actually avoid a lot of battles if I need to. I don't need experience anymore. nothing else that the battles give me other than XP, so there's no point in fighting anything. I can just dodge it. I can just go cloaked and just avoid everything, so that'll go faster. But yeah, back on tomorrow, finish this one up. So yeah, thanks everybody for stopping on by. Hope you enjoyed some Bionicle goodness. Let's see who's online there tonight. We can raid up. Mr. J, as usual, is on. We'll raid up Mr. J. He's playing some Sakura Wars. It's the SNES version of that one. So let's raid him up and we'll go from there. So everybody, have a great night. See you next time. Bye for now.